In the last video, we compared the visual experience of ColorOS and OriginOS. In this video, I'm bringing you the second episode, the Functional Experience Edition. Regarding floating windows, swiping down maximizes them to full screen and swiping up closes them. Swiping right at the top minimizes them. The operational hierarchy is the same. In terms of retention, ColorOS can keep up to 2 small windows active. Take a look at the animation when switching between these small windows. It's very silky smooth. OriginOS, on the other hand, can retain multiple small windows, and you can close them all when you're done. However, there is a display issue here. The icon masking inside the small window is very strange. It's neither round nor square, and the transition from curve to straight line isn't very natural, so this part looks a bit uncomfortable. As for activating small windows, both can be activated by swiping to the top right corner or from the sidebar. Besides this, OriginOS has an extra method, simply swiping inward from the bottom left corner, which is a bit more convenient. Regarding the Fluid Cloud and Atomic Island, ColorOS 16 has adapted Google's Live Activities API. As long as the app is developed according to standard specifications, it can appear on the island whenever there is background audio. For example, if I'm watching a video on Bilibili and someone messages me about work, I can go back to watching the video directly via the Fluid Cloud after we're done. This also applies to scrolling through Douyin. It goes to the island after exiting. But there are many apps that don't follow development standards, such as Tencent Video or the audiobook feature in Tomato Novel. Since they haven't integrated Google's Live Activities API, they can't appear on the island even if audio is playing in the background. This is Android's biggest limitation. There's no way to restrict app development. Apple doesn't have this problem because if you don't follow their development guidelines, you can't list your app on the store. So on the iPhone, as long as there is background audio, it can be displayed on the dynamic island. OriginOS mainly relies on its own adaptation. For example, regarding the audiobook feature in Tomato Novel, even though it wasn't developed using Google's Live Activities API, OriginOS adapted it separately so it can still appear on the island. However, for video apps like Bilibili and Douyin, OriginOS hasn't adapted them, so they can't appear on the island. This is the biggest functional difference between the Fluid Cloud and the Atomic Island. Next, let's talk about screenshots and screen recording. When taking a screenshot, both systems can capture images at the same resolution as the screen, so no issues there. However, when screen recording, both systems are limited to a maximum of 1080p quality. Personally, I hope the quality can be increased to the screen's native resolution. To be honest, 1080p screen recordings are a bit blurry. The difference is that ColorOS has privacy protection features during screenshots and screen recordings. When taking a screenshot, you can hide the status bar. When screen recording, you can hide notifications, the control center, and the status bar. Let's look at the screenshot effect first. The top status bar and the bottom navigation bar have both disappeared. For screen recording, I'll demonstrate it directly. You can see that during this process, notification pop-ups appear, and I also swipe down the notification and control centers, but the recorded footage only shows Douyin the entire time. This way, if a message you don't want others to see suddenly pops up while you're recording, you don't need to re-record because it wasn't captured in the first place. As for screen recognition, both systems allow you to open it by long pressing the small white bar. Both have similar functions here, such as text extraction, translation, and document conversion. The difference is that ColorOS automatically distinguishes between images and text, so you don't have to circle to search. If you do want to circle manually, there's a circle to search button in the bottom left corner. OriginOS defaults to circle to search. Just circle whatever you want to ask about. After circling, the functions are the same: copy, share, save, and select text, though the icons or names differ. The difference is that on ColorOS, clicking the small icon on the left gives you options like Ask AI Assistant, Identify Image, and AI features. OriginOS, on the other hand, offers some shopping app recommendations. If you want to send the content to AI Assistant, just click the send symbol in the bottom right corner. If you want to jump to a shopping app, click the corresponding icon. As for erase, both sides have offline large models, allowing for erasure without an internet connection. Let's look at the results. The strategies here differ. ColorOS chooses to erase some passers-by, while OriginOS chooses to erase all passers-by. Here's the comparison between the erased version and the original. I wonder whose erasure you think is better. Type your answers in the bullet comments. After connecting to the internet, I tried again. ColorOS still kept many people, and OriginOS, like before, turned the lantern into a rotating barber pole. The performance was about the same as with the offline large model. I also tried manually circling all the people in ColorOS to erase them. This produced 2 results. Either it turned the lantern into a rotating barber pole, like OriginOS, or it removed the lantern entirely. So regarding the erase function, I feel there's no fundamental difference between the two systems. Even the operation of turning the lantern into a barber pole is the same. As for the generative fill when zoomed in, ColorOS performs a bit better here. OriginOS shows some pixelation, which looks a bit strange. Next, let's talk about ColorOS's AI summary. For example, if you want to travel somewhere and are looking for guides on TikTok, and you see a suitable guide you want to organize, you just need to click this shortcut key. When you want to view it later, just double-click the shortcut key to open AI Summary. Then we can see that the previous image and text information has been converted into a text guide. The location, itinerary, transportation methods, times, and opening hours of various attractions are all categorized nicely. It's quite useful. You can also use AI Summary to put meal pickup codes on the island. Also, if you think of something on the fly, you can long press the shortcut key to tell it directly. These things will be saved in AI Summary. Double-click to see these organized fragments of memory. OriginOS doesn't have a one-click memory program. I tried sending this photo to AI Assistant, and it tells you below that it can generate a travel itinerary. The generated itinerary can also be favorited and saved in AI Assistant memory. I checked this itinerary, and it wasn't as accurate as AI summary recognition. For example, it missed Nanjing Road Pedestrian Street, and for the IFC, AI Assistant turned it into the IFC Sports Center, which is not the same place. If I think of something on the fly, I can also wake the recorder via a shortcut key and record my current thoughts. So OriginOS does have the function, and with some polishing, it could reach the level of AI summary. But at this stage, ColorOS definitely does a better job of organizing and summarizing fragments of memories. Since I just mentioned the shortcut key, let's look at its functions. ColorOS allows for one-key flash, the function I just demonstrated, as well as sound and vibration, do not disturb mode, opening the camera, flashlight, recording, translation, and screenshots. OriginOS distinguishes between a long press and a double click, which can be customized separately, but the selectable functions within are the same. So we only need to look at one: sound and vibration, open camera, flashlight, notes, recording, focus mode, music recognition, Blue Heart Intelligence, and direct access to apps. Here we can select scan or payment codes, shortcut commands, and accessibility features. So OriginOS has a few more functions here, but Vivo's shortcut key isn't widely available yet. It will take another 6 months to a year to slowly roll out to other devices. In terms of computer connectivity, ColorOS has Oppo Connect, and OriginOS has the Vivo Office Suite. Regarding file management, both allow you to manage phone files directly on the computer, screen mirroring, remote control, receiving notifications on the computer, clipboard synchronization, and parallel synchronization. Everyone has these features. In addition, the Vivo Office Suite has an extra feature: you can answer calls directly on your computer. When a call comes in, it shows up in the bottom right corner, and you can answer with a click. The AI voice assistant can also be opened on the computer, and they have both integrated the full version of DeepSeek R1 for everyone to use. Regarding file transfer, both allow you to drag files from the phone to the computer and vice versa. But in terms of details, the Vivo Office Suite is better designed. When I drag a file to the phone, Oppo Connect transfers it to a shared folder, and you can't specify the path. But with Vivo, you can drag it to the root directory or a specific folder, which is a bit more convenient. On ColorOS, if you install an app from outside the App Store, there will be ads at the bottom upon completion. The way to turn this off is hidden quite deep. Go to Settings, Password and Security, System Security, Safe App Recommendation, and turn it off. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.